thumbnail. And of course, we're going to talk about everything else movie wise. But my inspiration for this live stream, this topic is I went to go see Psycho Killer, and it is on the channel. Go check it out if you haven't seen it already. My review's on there. Y'all, it broke my heart. It absolutely broke my heart because that movie's trailer was phenomenal. The end result was abysmal. It was terrible. Charlie, what's going on? Glad to see you early on in the live stream. Finished season 2 of Interview. So we are good to go. I'm all caught up. Already working on the recap. I'll release that closer to, the actual season 3, but damn, it was good. I will say I was a little bit with Claudia. The recast of Claudia, I felt a disconnect. So as much as I loved Claudia in the first one, I just couldn't get behind her character in the second season, which I do feel like it was because of the casting, and it's rough. I wish I liked it more in that sense. Definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. I loved it. I Yeah, I loved it. I think I like the first season more, and it might just be due to the setting, to the new characters, to more of Lestat. Like I don't know exactly what it is, but I just vibe with season 1 more. But I do understand why, because you said you like season 2 more, right? I get that. Um, yeah, yeah. So that's my thoughts on it. I loved it though. I actually so I'm excited for season 3, but the way that it ended, I thought was like so poetic and just so like solid and just like it just felt solid. And I understand that that's the end of the book, so that makes sense. But yeah, I wonder where they're gonna go with season 3. I watched the trailer for season 3 like immediately after, and yeah, it feels like a completely different show. Very interested where they go with that. Okay, that's true. That's a good point. She did feel more jaded. I agree with that. Yeah, the Avatar movie's crazy. When I saw her too initially, I was like, she looks familiar. But yeah, that's crazy. And I do maybe that's what I didn't like about season 2 Claudia is that she did feel not as she just felt more hardened, you know what I mean? And maybe I didn't like that. I don't know exactly what it was. I always thought it was because of the recast, but maybe there was more to it than that. But yeah, great recommendation. Um I think I mentioned on the last live stream I was gonna jump into Ted Lasso, or like I tried to, but I wasn't like in the mood. Jumped on it, and yeah, I'm loving Ted Lasso right now. Ted Lasso's beyond phenomenal to me. Yeah, like honestly, Apple TV just keeps impressing me with all their shows. Movies, I don't think that's their thing, which is completely fine, but their shows, phenomenal. At that point in the story, she's supposed to be like, okay, and that like makes it with Claudia. That makes it that makes it so much more relatable, right? Like, or not relatable. I'm sorry, like realistic. It makes it more realistic that she would be that way. Because you already saw, to be fair, you already saw her turning into that type of personality at the end of season 1. So for her to go through all of that at the end of season 1 to now, that makes sense. So that's a good point. I'm glad I was able to talk to you about that because that's not something I considered about her attitude and just how she was acting. Like that makes complete sense. Yeah, that last scene with them though at the end of season 2 when he goes back to New Orleans, that was great. Hey man, you can join in if you want. Oh, this guy again? Gosh, soon that guy that makes the dumb jokes will appear. YouTube goober, stick around and find out. We'll see. Stick around and find out. Okay, so everybody, I was gonna say that the theme of today's live stream was great trailers in movies that ended up being awful movies. So I went and saw Psycho Killer. Terrible movie. Awful movie. Reviews on the channel. Go check it out. But yeah, like the trailer for that was so creepy and like just kind of gave me everything that I wanted to see in a horror movie or what I thought was going to be a horror. It's not even like a horror movie. Psycho Killer about a satanic killer wasn't even a horror movie in my eyes. It was more like a thriller. It wasn't even not even a good thriller. There was like zero tension. So, what are some movies that were great trailers in your opinion that ended up being awful movies? I'm sure we're gonna get a lot of repeats in the comments, but let me know what you think. Ooh, Multiverse of Madness. Yes. Yeah, you can't name a movie Multiverse of Madness and go to like what is it? I know they went to one different like no, they went to two. I don't remember. Like I didn't like that movie that much. I the one thing I did like about it is the horror aspect, going back to horror, I guess, of the villain, of making her the villain, which I didn't like her motivation. I still don't understand how she can go from the hero to that because of her like imaginary kids. Didn't like that. But the movie itself didn't deliver. Like outside of her being like really creepy and like a good villain in that sense, didn't like the movie at all. So that's a great one. YouTube Goober. Love it. Yeah, multiverse. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up. Multiverse of Madness. Because I know. Yeah, it's just. I watched it when it came out. I went to the theater, like you. I left. I wasn't mad, but I wasn't. I didn't think about it afterwards, really. And whenever I do think about this movie, it is in a negative light. So good shout out to that. I mean, I'm not going to deny that. The people that come on here and the things that are said, I love it. Let's see, what's another? I'm gonna look up a list for all of us. We can kind of like go from there. Let's see. The one that I feel like people revert back to the most is Suicide Squad. The first Suicide Squad. I left the same thing, kind of like Multiverse of Madness. I left it not really feeling much, not happy, not upset about it. But the more I think about it, I've rewatched it since, and yeah, it's just whatever. I don't think it's as bad as people say it is, but it's not a good movie, like for sure. God, what's the relation advice? Not like I can give good ones, but sure. Or maybe someone else on here can help you with that too. Let's see. I found a list, but I don't really like that list that much. Ooh, what about Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace? What do y'all think about that? When I saw that movie, I was so young that it was awesome. Like even the political stuff that I had no idea what was going on, I still thought the movie was awesome. Watching it as an adult, it's okay. Like the cool action scenes are great, but yeah, I think the trailer for that is probably better than the actual movie, in my opinion. Not my Superman. Ooh, okay. So you didn't like Man of Steel? Charlie, Man of Steel, that's actually what made me like Superman, to be honest with you. I've since gone into all the other versions of Superman. I like them all. But that's the movie that got me into it. It's probably like the hyper stylized Zack Snyder thing. It was Henry Cavill being Superman. Just all like it was a culmination, Hans Zimmer, of a great thing that really spoke to me. I like that movie. I think the trailer was great, and I think the movie was great. And also Batman v Superman. That's Brought to you by Blue Chew. um, that was actually pretty good. That was a good one. That was actually a good one. Batman v Superman is also one that I will back up. Unfortunately, that's a guilty pleasure of mine. I like the Ultimate version because I think it flows a lot better. Way too long for that type of movie, I think, but the Ultimate version makes it flow so much better. It makes a lot more sense instead of jumping around. But that's just my take. But see, don't you like that? Because up to that point, wasn't Superman always the Boy Scout? So this kind of shook things up a little bit, and now we're kind of back to where the traditional Superman is. Oh, 100%. I didn't say the entire thing worked. Lex Luthor, I remember when I saw it and I left the theater, I was like, you know what? That was a good Lex Luthor. Like that was I liked his where he started, and then I was just trying to make myself feel better about it. I will not back that up. I will back a lot of things about that movie up, but I will not back up that Lex Luthor. Oh my God. Thank God we have a good one now. We have a great one now. Okay, Charlie, we are just on opposite ends with this. Save Martha, to me, just humanized Superman in Batman's eyes. They could have probably done something a little bit different with it, but to me, that's what I got from it. So that's why I had no issue with it. They took big swings. What'd you think of Batman in that? Did you like Ben Affleck's Batman? I really wish we got more of him. He's my, I want to say he's my favorite Batman, but at the same time, I don't know if he's my favorite Batman because I also like Michael Keaton. I didn't like Christian Bale, and Pattinson's really good so far. So I wish we got more of him. I think his suit is the best. I think his suit is hands down the best live action suit we've ever gotten. I don't know if that's a hot take or not. It might be. Martha. Have you ever met a Martha that did that? Ooh, Godzilla. The 1998 Godzilla, y'all. Remember that trailer? I saw that once again. I saw it as a kid. Thought it was the greatest thing ever. Now rewatching it, and I've saw it. I haven't seen it in like a long time, but I remember the last time I watched it, I was like, "Oh, this is why people don't like this movie." I get it. But that whole him getting Lois Prego, no. Yeah. Once again, big swings with that DCEU. But now we'll never know. Now that'll just be a thing in the past. That'll be some alternate thing that people can go back to check out. Y'all, we're actually about to get a lot of Batman. Big time. Did you know that they don't call it Godzilla in Asia? They call it Godzilla. Yes, they do. I was in Japan, and I didn't hear one person say it that way, but why would I, right? That would have been funny though. That would have been good. Ooh, you didn't like Fury Road? I haven't watched Fury Road since the first time in the theater. And I went to go see that movie. I wasn't, no, screw that. I was in the right mind state, but it wasn't the movie I was expecting because it was so all over the place and just so crazy and wild that it was just wasn't what I was expecting. So I think that's why I didn't care for it when I saw it. I haven't rewatched it yet, but I've been meaning to. I did see Furiosa. I like Furiosa a lot. Yeah, I mean that's what Godzilla minus one's about, right? And now it's gonna be minus zero. Comes. Can you believe that minus zero comes out the end of this year? That's a movie that I thought we were at least another year or two away from, but it's coming at the end of this year, so we'll see. We'll see what they do. Godzilla has to be the villain again, right? And that's what I worry about. I wonder what kind of story they have for us with minus zero. I'm gonna call it minus one the whole time. With minus zero, because are they just gonna bring in another kaiju? But at that point, yeah, I guess it would just distract Godzilla. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do because I loved having Godzilla be the villain in minus one. took me completely by surprise because I was so used to the MonsterVerse with Warner Brothers and stuff where he's the hero. I liked it. I liked having this villain as Godzilla. I wasn't ready for that. That was cool. A Waterworld remake. So I've actually never seen Waterworld. I've seen the the show at Universal, but I've never seen Waterworld. The concept sounds dope, and from what I understand, from what I've heard about it, just the little that I know about it, I think that'd be cool. Ooh, especially okay, because it's set in the ocean, right? The world's kind of overrun with water. The way that Avatar has been using water in the movies and stuff, and it looks so good. Why not? I think that'd be cool. I thought nuclear war was society's attack on family. Yeah, kinda. Oh, Wild Wild West. That was that was a thing too with Will Smith. I mean, that was right after Men in Black. I remember when that trailer dropped, and I was really excited to see that movie. And I saw the movie, and at the end of it, I was young. I was young back then, and I was like, it's all right. Like I just didn't. I felt like I was supposed to like it. I felt like I was supposed to like it because that was the new Will Smith movie or whatever it was. But looking back on it, like there's no contest. Like Men in Black is hands down the better, way better movie. You love Wild Wild West. Okay, okay. Waterworld was one of those movies I saw at like 2 a.m. Okay, cool. I don't know if I'll ever watch it. Like just being real, but I know I think that movie bombed when it came out, but I think the concept is really cool. Like to be honest, I think that'd be a really cool concept. So yeah, I think a remake would be good. Yeah, yeah, I think a remake would be cool with that. Plus, I don't know if a lot of people have seen it. I'm sure a lot of people have seen it, but maybe it's a this might be a bad example, but maybe like Twister that came out in the 90s. A lot of people probably haven't seen it, and then they came out with Twisters now. So maybe not even like a sequel, right? Just a remake of it would be cool. The Wild Wild Middle East, Jesus Christ. See, okay, Luke, that's what I'm talking about, and good to see you on here. Uh, yeah, that's what I thought. It was a flop or whatever. So how would they do that now? And hold on. I'm actually kind of shocked that that hasn't been made like as a remake yet. Yeah, it was a financial issue, but came out in 95, right? It's like 30 years ago. I'm sure they could do something really cool with that. But who would play Kevin Costner's lead? Glenn Powell? That's who popped in my head. No reason whatsoever. Treasure Planet. I think I saw that once when I was younger. I've seen a lot of people campaigning for that though. So I'm down. See, that's what I want to see. Actually, Charlie, now that we're on the subject, that's what I want to see Disney do these live action remakes on is movies like that of really great animated movies that they did that the people have seen it knows how good it is, but never like it just never got its time to shine, or for whatever reason it kind of flew under the radar. Like that's what we need. Honestly, you could probably trick a lot of people into doing a Treasure Planet live action thing, and for those of them that know about it, they'll be like, oh, this is the live action remake. But for some people, they'll probably be like, oh, this is a new thing that Disney's trying. I feel like you could really make a lot of people happy doing something like that. Charlie, sometimes I'll look at like older movies and I'm like, damn it, makes you realize, yeah, time has passed. Ooh, Ryan Gosling, I like that. I was gonna go check out that new Glenn Powell movie potentially today. I have a little bit of time before work. I might go to check that out. The How to Make a Killing. Have any of you seen that? Is it something I should check out? YouTube Goober. That'd be cool. I like that. I feel like that would hit a little close to home in a weird way of just the world now. But actually, that might be perfect. Yeah. Honestly, I was thinking about this the other day. I don't remember what I was watching or thinking about or talking about, but coming of age movies, they always hit. They always are fun to watch. They're always so like you just invest yourself in the characters. Like coming of age movies always work out well. Matt, what's going on from Iowa? Nice. I don't think I've had anyone from Iowa on here yet. Yeah, Wild Wild West was cool. Um, Now that we're talking about that, I do need to rewatch that or want to rewatch that. That along with Men in Black. I haven't seen that in a while. Jamie, I loved what was it called? Good luck, have fun, don't die. I loved that movie. It's my number one movie of the year so far. I was looking at my letterboxd and I do a ranking of everything that I've seen. I'm up to 9 movies, I think, so far this year. Number one. Like I loved everything, the concept of it, the fun way you have to like look at yourself in the mirror. I mean, like I need to do less screen time. And just it was just a cool concept, very relevant and just very insane. I loved it. Let the frat guys out of the basement. Oh, thank you. Thanks for subscribing. Yeah, we're just talking about everything. Honestly, Jamie, what we're talking about, or the I always try these live streams. We do it every Saturday, but I always try to come in with a topic. We usually go off into whatever, but I'm gonna ask you this question. What's a trailer for a movie that was way better than the movie itself? Let me know. 365? What is that? Is it a movie? The Shadow. What's The Shadow? Oh, I've never seen this. That looks cool. The poster looks cool. But based on your answer, I don't think it's gonna be cool, right? That looks sick. Like this Wild West Batman looking thing. I can see now. I'm looking at some images of the Shadow. I can see how it could look a little corny, but some of the art and stuff looks pretty dope. The recent Mortal Kombat. Okay, okay. So actually, I'm gonna further that, Jamie, real quick, because I'm someone who I'm not a big Mortal Kombat guy. They're fine. I played them growing up, but I could never really get into it. I didn't really care about the characters. I think it takes itself too serious. Okay, I watched the new Mortal Kombat, and then the new one's coming out this May, right? I watched the new one. I thought it was fine. I enjoyed myself. I have not really felt the need to go back and rewatch it, but I thought it was fine. So if you didn't like it, what was it about it that you didn't like? Because that's actually a question I'm genuinely curious about. Because I feel like a lot of people don't like that movie. So I'm missing something. Completely missing something. Matt, it wasn't corny. Okay. Gotcha. Because yeah, the trailer was cool. I haven't seen it in a while. I'll have to look up that trailer. But what do you think the new? What do you think about the new one? Does the new one look good? Because the trailers are out for that. So 365 is on Netflix. Is it 365 days? Oh, that's a cool concept. Huh. I'll leave that up. I'll check that out. I wonder if she'll like that. I wonder if she's heard of that. Thank you, Charlie. I will bring that up and see if she's down for it. Yeah, that's a big complaint, Charlie. I think that a lot of people had with that is that there was no tournament, but it looks like in the second one we're getting the tournament. So maybe in retrospect, after the next one comes out, it'll make that first one a little bit better, like a very good, story from first into the second one. I liked the Rip. The Rip was, I think I have it as my third or fourth favorite this year. The Rip was good. Pretty simple, but simple is good sometimes. Pretty straightforward. I liked it. Is that from uh is that from 365 days, Charlie, or is something just going right over my head? I'm trying to keep all of the conversations straight. Favorite Robert Duvall movie. Now, yeah, pretty sad with his passing. With Robert Duvall, that's another actor who I'm not completely familiar with. Like I've definitely seen his work, but off the top of my head, the first thing, oh, he's in Four Christmases. The first thing that popped into my head was Secondhand Lions. That's a movie of his, and there's so many of his. Jesus, that really stood out to me that I saw when I was younger, and I really liked. I know he wasn't like the main character, but he was the main character, and yeah, that's probably a weird pick, but that's the one that came to mind. And now that I'm looking at the rest of his movies, like, I mean, The Godfather, Apocalypse Now, Thunder, Days of Thunder, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, it's probably a wrong answer, but that's being real. That's what came to mind. What about yours? Charlie, once again, I don't understand the hate. I thought he was fine. I don't know if people probably wanted to follow who's the main guy? Luke Cage? No, it's Johnny Cage. Who the Yes, yeah, I'm not well versed in Mortal Kombat, but I thought he was cool. I thought the idea of having this kind of new character to be us entering that world, I thought that was fine. I thought it was fine. Guaranteed he's gonna have a much smaller part in the second movie, which I think is fine. I think now that he's there and that was our way in, I think now we can focus on everybody else. Falling down, okay. YouTube Goober, you're good. You're good. Falling down on this. Where's that one? Ooh, 93. Okay. Middle-aged man dealing with both unemployment and divorce. William Foster is having a bad day when his car breaks down on a Los Angeles highway. He leaves his vehicle and begins to trek across the city to attend his daughter's birthday party. That's a cool, and it is just about his adventures going to his daughter's birthday party. That's pretty cool. Liu Kang, that's it. Johnny Cage is probably going to be yeah, he's like the poster boy now, right? Carl Urban, which I'm completely fine with. Like, if you got Carl Urban in there, he can lead everything, right? Like the boys, he is the face of him and Homelander, right? Are the face of the boys. So I hope we're following him the whole time. Okay, Charlie. So that's why you liked it. Okay, that's fair. That's completely fair. It's the motion of the ocean, baby. See, that's cool. Like, yeah, once again, like going back to falling down, just that concept itself sounds simple, but like also what's gonna happen is I wonder if it's a feel good movie. Yeah, I wonder if that's streaming anywhere. Sometimes it's nice to like, well, like how I view things, how I watch things is I watch a lot of newer stuff so I can do the recaps, the recaps on the channel and stuff like that, and review stuff a lot of more just the newer stuff. So going back and kind of watching these movies that I completely missed or something like that sometimes is a nice palate cleanser, but also finding these really cool gems like that I had no idea existed. So thank you for the shout outs. You all know, it feels like I come in here and y'all know way more movies than I do. So thank you. Matt, are you looking forward to season 5 of The Boys? I just finished my recap for that, so that'll be out of seasons 1 through 4. That'll be out closer to season 5's release. But The Boys is good. I am happy that season 5 is ending. Like, that's the end of the show. I really think that this show and Homelander kind of being the only main big threat can only go on for so long. So I do like that they're stopping now. Ooh, Nate, that's on my thumbnail for the live stream today. Tron Ares was awful. That movie was awful, and the trailer looked so good. It looked so cool. It looked like great music, great action, like all the stuff. But yeah, right there with you with Tron. I think it was like my second or third least favorite movie last year on my list. So yeah, yeah, Robert Redford. I oh yeah, and then also Eric Dane. That was his name from Grey's Anatomy and Euphoria. How he passed away. Man, when I heard that the other day, I was at work and someone brought it up, and I was like, he was so young. Like, I understand he had ALS and everything, but that's rough. That's rough. Robert Red Chevy. I never thought of that. YouTube Goober. His last name. That's cool. So Charlie, I actually just put on TikTok. On TikTok, I post a lot of stuff too, a little bit more frequent, just because it's easier to upload shorts and stuff. I have not seen Toy Story. I went on a rant this morning on TikTok, little clip. I just have zero interest in it, unfortunately. And I talk about that of like it's sad that I don't care about what's going on with these toys anymore because I grew up with them and all this stuff. But like just how perfect the ending was in 3 and then 4 I felt like had no place of being there. I'm sure people think it's a good movie, and if you just look at it by itself it's a good movie, but like when you have to compare it to the ending of 3 and just the 3 that came before, it just didn't feel necessary. So here I just don't think there's any story left to tell that's going to be worthwhile for me. We talked about Doomsday all the time, and that's exactly how I feel there, and I think that's exactly how I feel here. Having said that, how is the trailer? Because I didn't click on it. Does it look good? Does it make you think that they actually have a story to tell? The Mummy looks incredible. I There was reports about it like a month or two ago of James Wan, which is a producer on the movie, walking out during a screening. So I mean, this might be on another list that we do of trailers that are better than the actual movie. But this new trailer for The Mummy looked great. Looked creepy. Didn't love when the little kid talked. Little girl talked. I didn't care for that. I thought that was a little corny. I wish that she didn't talk the whole time. That would be even creepier. I heard they were making a separate spin-off for the boys other than Gen V. So I think after the boys we have Gen V and we have I think it's called Vought Rising. And I want to say there was one more in the works. So there might like and I think that's definitely the way they should go. Expand the world and just do different stories. Yes, the superhero virus. And I wonder if yeah, I wonder what they're gonna do with that. Because I didn't read the comics or anything, and I'm not gonna do that for this, and I'm not gonna do that for Invincible either. I'm already deep into the show. I think I'm just gonna keep it to the show and just be surprised as it comes out. Hey, I don't blame you for refusing TikTok. That stuff sometimes I'm on it way too much. YouTube Goober, yeah, like I guess I don't. I guess I'm not in the same boat as you because there are things that interest me, right? Like Hoppers from Pixar. I think that looks like a cool movie. It looks like a cool concept. Super Mario Brothers. Maybe it's just because I like Nintendo and I grew up playing that stuff, so I'm interested in that. I want to say there's one more, but yeah, like for the most part, I think I don't go and see animated movies too often. Yeah, and that's something I think I mentioned as well, Charlie, is that these movies at the end of the day are geared towards children. So if I had a kid that was, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, and they were interested in Toy Story, well, I can show them the first three and they're gonna be hyped to see 4 and 5. So I completely understand why it's being done, but from my point of view and where I stand, you already know how I feel. Matt, I don't know if Doomsday will be good. And the reason I say that is because the amount of people in this movie is a little much. Now, they've done it before with Endgame, Infinity War. They did it well with Infinity War, where I feel like everybody got their nice screen time and everything. So it can be done. I completely understand that. But Thanos was being built up the whole time. So there's like a little bit of familiarity with the big villain, which I think Infinity War is Thanos' movie. I think the director said that. And once I heard that, I can completely see that that's his movie. There's just a lot to catch us up on of why Doom is here, all that stuff, and then all the different characters that they have to find a place for without it feeling like they're there just to be there. And bringing back the X-Men, I want some explanation there. I don't want them in and out. So there's just a lot to juggle, and that's my big worry about that. Okay, Jamie, maybe I'll check out the trailer. I know I just posted that video earlier, but yeah. But even if it looks good, I don't know if I'll go see it. Maybe I'll ask y'all if when it comes out, once you see it, how it is. Tron Legacy is totally underrated. Absolutely, man. When that came out, that was perfect because of the long gap between the first one and Legacy. I remember that came out. I remember when that came out. It was so cool with Daft Punk's soundtrack and the visuals. The story was okay. Um, there was just a lot that made that movie work. So nice shout out to Legacy. YouTube Goober, it's watch the trailer. Watch the trailer for this. This isn't the Brandon Fraser The Mummy 4 type thing. This is a straight up horror movie, which I don't know if it's going to shake out because it doesn't seem like it's going full on into Egyptian horror as far as staying in Egypt and doing that stuff. But I like the swing. I like trying something new. So check out the trailer and let me know what you think about it. Kids aren't playing with toys anymore, and Bonnie is shelving Jesse and the rest of the toys. Woody, see, and that's relevant, and that's something that I do like, as far as because the villain is a lily pad, right? It's like an iPad thing. Cool concept, awesome concept, and I actually think this might be a way for if parents are feeling the way that I'm feeling about it to jump back in, especially if their kids are doing the things that they're doing in the movie. So that'd be pretty cool. Falling Down is about Michael Douglas getting stuck in traffic. He goes haywire and is an absolute legend. And his misadventures that one. Ooh, that sounds cool. That sounds cool, man. Luke, I think you got me on Falling Down. So I'll look. That's definitely something I'm going to check out. I wonder if my wife would like that. We'll see. But just that concept alone sounds so simple and fun. So I'm in. It does. Well, Jamie, you know why? You know why it looks like an Evil Dead movie. The director did Evil Dead Rise, the last Evil Dead movie. So you can really see the similarities between the two. Which I liked Rise. Did you like Rise? I liked it. That's exactly what Hoppers is, Charlie, is Avatar. But it looks funny. You know what I mean? Like Avatar isn't necessarily funny. This looks goofy and funny and just yeah, I don't know. It looks awesome. Will I go see it? I don't know if I'll see it in theaters. I want to say I will. It comes out on a day, speaking of, in about 2 weeks when it comes out. I will not be doing a live stream because I will be out of town, but we'll be back the next week with the live stream. So I probably won't get to see it because I will be out of town, unfortunately, but it looks cool. Ooh, YouTube Goober, good choice on that. What was it? My wife told me about this show she thought she saw coming out on Netflix. What the hell was it called? Never mind. That's a side thought. Never mind. Sorry, guys. Um, Doomsday, I'm worried about it, but I didn't like the Fantastic Four, and they haven't built up Doom at all. Yeah, Charlie, we talk about this Fantastic Four. not to be a hater, not to be a hater on Fantastic Four, but being real here, and this might just be me. When the movie ended and I did my review and all that stuff, I haven't thought about that movie since. It was fine. In my review, I even say if you look at the entire 30 plus movies of the MCU, the best ones and the worst ones, it's like right in the middle, which to me is forgettable. You want some explanation? Explanation? Sure. Oh yeah, the Odyssey. The Odyssey. I keep forgetting about the Odyssey, and I know it's like the biggest movie of the year, or at least one of them, because there's actually some big ones like Dune, like Doomsday and Dune Part Three. Um, the Odyssey, I think I'm gonna enjoy the Odyssey a lot more than Oppenheimer. I'm not an Oppenheimer fan, so let's see how that turns out. I saw Legacy and then Ares, and I don't know. I felt like they complemented each other. Yeah, I wonder how that goes because I didn't watch Legacy going into Tron Ares, and I wonder if watching them side by side might have felt better. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I did not like Ares. Woody has a bald spot now too. He does. I saw Instagram, but like I don't know. I just saw images of him and he turns around right and it's like shiny or something. Um how do you feel about that? Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. I have heard of it. I think I've seen. Is that with Michael Cera? Let's see. It is with Michael Cera and Kat Dennings. Okay. Yeah, I remember seeing a trailer or the poster for it, but no, I've never seen it. Yeah, Doctor Doom. Would you have preferred RDJ to be back to play Doctor Doom like we're getting, or would you just rather have a new actor? It could be someone that we know, right? Like people are talking about Killian Murphy being Doctor Doom. Would you rather RDJ or someone new to be Doctor Doom? Because I feel like for me, if it was someone new, I think I would have gravitated towards this a little bit more. Yeah, Rise was awesome. I loved Rise. Oh my god, YouTube. Jesus. That was good. Fantastic Four was fine, but I didn't buy They Were a Family. I liked a few. I forgot which dynamic I liked. Maybe it was the Thing and Johnny Storm. I don't know, but yeah, like I don't know. And Reed Richards, I like Pedro Pascal fine, but I didn't like his character. I didn't like him at all. Oh my god. Look, and Luke, that's exactly what I'm saying. They're bringing back Chris Evans. I think is a terrible choice. I just don't see how this is going to be a good movie, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm on here saying, yo, remember all that shit I was talking? Forget about it. But it just, I can't see it. First half was poor, second half. Yeah, and that's when, Jamie, that's when they cranked up the action in Ares, right? Once everything started rolling, and that's when they had the two different teams essentially racing to get a key. Am I remembering this right? I just remember there's a lot of cool action, and that's the one thing I will say about that movie is that the action is was pretty decent for the most part. Man, but there was just a lot I didn't like about it. Okay, so yeah, I've never heard of anyone doing that, which I'm sure tons of people did, Charlie, but watching them both back to back. I'm glad you liked it though. Yeah, someone new. American Splendor. I never talks about it. Highly recommend. Ooh, Paul Giamatti. American Splendor. I feel like I've seen that cover before too. Paul Giamatti is someone that I have very limited movies with too. I sound awful saying that, but I'm just being real with you all. Um, growing up, what was the movie? Big Fat Liar. Remember that? Remember that movie? That's like my introduction to him. I want to watch The Holdovers. It's like a Christmas movie he did a few years back. I've heard nothing but great things about that, so I do need to check that one out as well. Charlie, thank you. Yeah, Reed Richards was awful. He was a terrible character. He had like no urgency. He just was so bland, and he barely used his powers. I mean, that's what we came here for. He didn't even do that. Yes, Luke, I agree with you also about that. Is that I love the period piece of the Fantastic Four, but it was also like a futuristic thing. Their suits looked great. There was a lot to like about the overall look of the movie for sure. Ooh, that'd be a weird thing, Charlie, is him coming back as AI. That would be interesting. That's bold. But I don't think they're doing that right. Freaking Vision Quest. That's another issue I have is that they're making a sequel to WandaVision. Is it coming out this year? So 6 years later. Crazy. Matt, yeah, I agree. Well, okay. My issue with that is I don't know what Pedro Pascal's role was in The Mandalorian because obviously he's under the mask, but I don't think he's there for a lot of the filming with the mask on. I think it's a stunt double, and I think he comes in and maybe does the voice, and then whenever they need him to take the mask off, I think he's there for those shooting days. But I remember reading something, and correct me if I'm wrong, everybody, that yeah, he only is there for the face reveal and maybe the voice. But other than that, I think it's someone else under the mask, which really I don't like knowing that. I don't like knowing that at all because it just feels like why is he there? So correct me if I'm wrong with that, but I could have sworn I heard that before. And The Mandalorian and Grogu, I keep seeing the same trailer whenever I go to the movies. And being a casual Star Wars fan that I am, and hearing the music from The Mandalorian, I'm kind of in, y'all. I'm kind of like all in on that movie. All in the sense that I'm gonna go watch it. My expectations are pretty, in the middle, but I'm down. I'm down for that. RDJ is a grandpa now. Let's get serious. Don't waste our time. Get some new guys. I agree. And that's the other thing. Why not? Okay, Luke, I would get someone new, an unknown face. Let's make these people stars, right? And also, you see RDJ, there's two issues with this now. There's two issues with him being Doctor Doom in my eyes. Is that we see Robert Downey Jr., a very well-known actor. That doesn't take away necessarily, but it kind of does because you see Robert Downey Jr., but now you see Tony Stark. And third, then you'll see Doctor Doom. That's kind of how I see it. So I don't like that it's going to be him. So that's another issue I have with it. Big A, I think it might be, and I think someone should make that documentary and call it that. That'd be funny. If he comes back as AI, Sam Rockwell will come after him. Jamie, I wish that we got more of Sam Rockwell in the MCU. I get why we didn't because of how the story ended in Iron Man 2 for him, but they kind of alluded like he's still out there, he's still doing stuff, and he was such a good character. And then after seeing Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, I need more of him. I need to see more of his movies, to be honest with you. Um, Dude's blown me away every time I've seen something that he's in. The White Lotus, y'all see season three and his monologue in that. That was that was one of the funniest like scenes I've ever seen. I was watching it with my wife, and as silent as Walter Goggins' character was, that's what we were. I was like, did I just hear what I thought I heard? So cool, so cool. But yeah, I need to watch more of his stuff. I think he has a lot of like smaller movies, like not I don't want to say indie, but maybe indie that I need to check out. Let's see, Charlie. Oh, okay. They're making sequels to series rather than just doing seasons two and three. Yeah. I don't know. I think it all just comes down to if they have a story to tell. That's all. That's all that matters. But at a certain point, people start dipping out of movies and shows and things when it starts going downhill. So there has to be a reason. Going back to Toy Story 4, 5, Toy Story 5, there has to be a reason for it to exist. I've heard good things about Narcos. Matt, Pedro's in that as well. I have not seen it. People tell me I need to see it. There's so many things. Luke, you're done with superhero stuff. Okay. Man, the CGI. I agree. I agree. The CGI is not the best. I remember when Superman was in production and James Gunn's like, we're making it this early on, so the visual effects have a year from when we finish to release. And I'm like, that's awesome. The effects in Superman I thought were good. I thought they were good. I think they were. I don't know if I'd say great. I don't know if I'd say great to that, but I think they were good. And that's actually pretty damn good considering all the other slop that we get in superhero movies. Just to kind of one more thing, Luke, is do you care any you want something new, and I get that, and I'm right there with you. Clayface. How do you feel about Clayface later this year? Is that new enough for you? Is that something that you want to check out? Um, yeah, because I'm right there with you. If, I'm gonna go see all these like DC stuff, but I do hope, and I always hope in all these projects, is that they do something new, even if it's just a little bit. Change things up just a little bit. Did you watch Interview with? Oh no, I didn't. I know there's some steamy scenes, but overall pretty tamed, more gore. No, I did not watch it with her. The way our schedules work is, shoot, honestly, we don't really see each other that much, other than our days off together. Our days off are together, so that's nice. And sometimes we don't spend our time watching stuff. She is very much not as into movies and shows as I am. She still likes stuff and she has her things, but we don't really watch a lot of movies or shows together. So a lot of the times I'm like, okay, I just have to watch it myself and I'll tell her about it. I did tell her about it. I told her how much I loved it and how I think that there's parts about this that she's really gonna dig. Will she ever watch it? I wouldn't hold my breath, man. I wouldn't. But I wish she would. Yes. Yeah. Charlie, Lestat's performance in that last like two scenes in season two, fire. Like you saw the pain in his eyes, like, oh, Lestat's the man. Also a jackass, but the man. Galaxy Quest. I want to say no. I remember when it came out when I was a kid and I just never got around to it, which is crazy looking back now as an adult because of how many people were in that movie. And a lot of people like that movie now, or did back then. And I hear about it more and more now. And that's something that I definitely need to check out. It's just one of those movies that I didn't grow up with, obviously, because I just never saw it. So it's, if I see it out when I'm looking for stuff to stream or whatever, I feel like I'm gonna go right past it. But I'm gonna try my best to remember to check that out if I get an opportunity. I hear it's funny. I hear it's great. Tony Stark naked. I hope that's how I hope that's how Doomsday starts. You look like Jimmy Fallon. Thank you. I think. I think. All right, nobody cares about RDJ. Then they can cast him as Iron Man. He became the character. Exactly, exactly. So let's do that again. Just don't cast blind character. Yes. Yeah, dude. Luke, I'm right there with you, man. Driven stories are what we are looking for. Yes, yes. And it's that thing, Charlie. If you don't forget what Lestat did, you don't forget it, but you also want to see him win. As we're it's like we're part of that toxic relationship, which is yeah, it's great writing. It just is. And that's the character stuff is exactly what I loved most about the MCU. Well, the action and stuff back then, but yeah, like I just want, and that's what I hope for Spider-Man. Actually, Spider-Man's coming out this year, and I want there to be some deep stuff about him being on his own and seeing what's her name, MJ maybe with a new guy. I think she has a new boyfriend, from what I'm reading. Let's just delve into their psyches. Let's make them relatable. Let's sit with them and make sure that we care about the characters before the action. Like, honestly, if there was half the amount of action in these superhero comic book movies, like, that's fine. That's fine. I'm completely fine with that. Story first, characters first, everything else second. Clayface is at a biopic of Agent Mulder. YouTube goober. Your comments are wild. Okay, I like the Cash Patel one. Yeah, let's see how it looks. We're not gonna get a trailer for Clayface. Let's see, June, July, August, September. We're probably not gonna get anything until about May for Clayface. Yeah, I wonder how they're gonna market Clayface, y'all, because does the general audience know who Clayface is? Do they know that this is related to Batman? I feel like in the trailer they kind of have to give you a little bit more than I would want to see. I just want a teaser trailer. I don't know what they would actually show, but I just want like a little snippet to give us a glimpse of what we're kind of signing up for. But I think they have to go all in on Gotham. I don't think we're gonna get Batman, as cool as that would be, the DCU Batman, but I think they're gonna have to show us Gotham. They're gonna have to do all this stuff and make sure that the audiences know that that's what it is. So I really think it's gonna be a trailer similar to Venom. Do you remember the first Venom? The trailer for that, where we don't see Venom until the very end of the trailer for like a second. I think that's more so what we're gonna get with Clayface. Ooh, that is a hot take, Luke. Hot take. I'm not a Star Trek guy, but they're diehards, man. My father-in-law is a big Star Trek dude, and yeah. I'm gonna say that to him next time I see him. Have you seen Galaxy Quest? It's my favorite Star Trek movie. Do you ever watch Zoom Academy of Superheroes? Galaxy Quest has a similar vibe. Fun and campy. Zoom. Is that Tim Allen? That is Tim Allen. I've never seen this before in my life. At least I don't think I have. Huh. I've not seen that, Charlie. But it looks like Galaxy, like just the poster looks like Galaxy Quest for sure. My childhood favorite film, and now as an adult, is my favorite. Don't Judge Me, the 1990s. Oh yeah, dude. Okay, so I don't remember watching it. I know for a fact I've seen them. We never owned it, so I never sat there with it. My thing with the Ninja Turtles was the cartoon that was on TV. But I know I've seen the live action and I know people love it, but I haven't seen it, if I ever did, since I was a kid. I did see a trailer when I went to the movies recently that it's the anniversary of one of them. Might have been the second one. But they're coming sorry. But they're coming back to theaters. So if you want to go see it in theaters, look for that. I don't know when, I don't know which chain of theaters, but that's something to look forward to. That is his kryptonite. Just yeah, for sure. Ooh, 10 things I hate about you. Once again, a movie I haven't seen in years. Um, I'm gonna pull that up. I saw that. So this came out, yeah, in 99. So I remember when this came out. I was young. But like my older cousin, sister, like like they were into that. So like I remember watching it and I thought it was interesting. I know a lot of things went over my head. I would not mind rewatching this for sure. And look at this cast. Damn. Crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't mind rewatching that. Okay, Luke, same here. Same here. Like Venom, I hated all three Venoms. I hated The Last Dance. I think that was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. I've seen bad movies in theaters. I've never been so close to walking out of a movie halfway through than I was with the dance scene that he does in Vegas with the the shop owner. So stupid. So I don't think it's gonna be anything like that. I think the trailer might follow the same structure of barely showing us the creature, but God, I hate Venom. I hate that. I hate those movies so much, man. You want to piss me off? Bring up Venom. Let's see. Yeah, I have to check this out. I wonder what it's on. Do you know it's based off the? Oh, it's based on. That's cool. So it's like it's based on the Shakespeare thing, but then for a modern audience. That's a cool way to do it. That's honestly for a lot of people the probably the only way to get them into Shakespeare, right? I'm not saying I'm into Shakespeare or anything, but that seems like a cool way to, transition people in there. 310 to Yuma is my favorite movie. Dude, 310 to Yuma was good. 310 to Yuma and True Grit, the newer ones, I loved those when I saw those the first time. Also, while we're on the thing of westerns, give me like 2 seconds. Hell or High Water, the movie that came out in 2016. It's not necessarily a western, but it kind of is. It's not like an old timey. It's like modern day. But damn, that movie that was incredible. I loved that one when I saw that in theaters. You didn't like yogurt? Hell yeah. Okay, so it's on Hulu. I'm gonna keep that up, man, because that's such a '90s movie. The 10 Things I Hate About You. Hell yeah. So I've never seen Hamlet, but Lion King is my favorite animated movie of all time, and one of my favorites of all time. So I know I've heard that it's based on Hamlet, but even then, I don't know if I'd get into Shakespeare with that. But if there was a Shakespeare play or story that I would actually look up, it would be Hamlet because of The Lion King. Yeah, Luke, they did not care. Do you think Tom Hardy cared when he was? I mean, you have to think he cared about the character and wanting it to be good, but like if he was I think he was a producer. I could be wrong, but if he was a producer on that and this is what they gave us, like, come on, dude. And that they're Carnage not being raped. Dude, yeah. So I don't know if it's a hot take, but I thought Let There Be Carnage was the best one. I enjoyed myself enough. I wasn't blown away by any means by it, but maybe it's just Woody Harrelson and seeing Carnage on screen. That might have just been enough for me because my expectations were low, especially not liking the first Venom. Um, but the sky was the limit if it was R. Honestly, all three of these should have been R and very different. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I'm not going to argue with that. No, YouTube Goober, no, 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 no. You don't ever call yourself a clown for liking Shrek. I think is the Lion King better than Shrek? They're so different. I don't even know how to compare those. But Shrek might be my second favorite of all time for animated movies. Kind of like a comfort movie too. Much easier to watch than The Lion King, I feel like. Yeah, he did not care to greenlight. Like, yeah, I wonder how it all came to be. Did he read this? Like, how involved was he from the jump? Did he sign? He had to have signed a multi-movie deal. It's over, thank God. The Book of Eli. So I saw that in theaters. I remember not liking it. Having said that, I feel like I saw it kind of late at night, and maybe I just wasn't awake for it enough. But being a lot older and kind of knowing a little bit more about it and what like the themes are and stuff, I might like this movie a lot more. So it's good to hear you say that. That's a good one. Yeah. Ooh, No Country for Old Men. That's a good like comparison of you know Hell or High Water with that. That's oh man, those are good. Those are good. Charlie, did y'all see Puss in Boots: The Last Wish? Is that movie where does that rank in the Shrek franchise? Because I still think it's a Shrek movie in my opinion. Oh, ooh, a Goofy movie. That's a good one too. Hey Mitch, Hunger Games, absolutely. I actually don't like the Hunger Games. We went back and rewatched. Well, for the first time, we watched all of them in sequence. Um, Man, I like the first one. Yeah, I thought the first one was okay. Second one was great. Three and four, I was mad the whole time, especially four. I just did not like the storyline that it went through. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but could not get into it. I hated almost everything about it. The new one looks incredible. It's going back to the games. My wife read the book. She says, and she had all the same criticisms of the movies that I did. She's like, we're good. We are good as long as they can adapt this good. Storyline's great. So I am hyped as hell to see this. Number three. Number three in the franchise. I wouldn't argue that. I think I would put it number two. I think The Last Wish is phenomenal. I remember when it came out, I didn't go see it in theaters, and I knew a few people at work that saw it, and they're like, "You got to go see this thing." And I was like, "No, I'm good." And then I saw it on. I want to say I watched it on a plane or it was streaming. Either way, blew me away. Last Wish is top tier animation. I loved every second of it. Um, yeah, I'm not a big Hunger Games guy. I hated where the story went. I didn't like anything that was going on, unfortunately. And I think that the games work the best. Um, yeah, I don't know, but I am looking forward to the new one. I cannot wait. And they got so many people for it, and it looks beautiful, and the trailer looks great. I hope we're not talking about this after it comes out and saying the trailer was better. But oh, they got Killian Murphy in it. Like they have so many people. I'm hyped. I'm hyped as hell. You know who's an up and comer? Now that we're on that subject, real fast, y'all, is McKenna Grace. Is that her name? McKenna Grace. She has had a great career so far. And how old is she now? She's only 19 years old. Like she's gonna be like she already is a star, but like for real, she had Ghostbusters, the newer ones. She's in Scream 7 coming out next week. She's in the new Hunger Games. Regretting You. I feel like. Oh yeah, she was in Annabelle. She had a part in Five Nights at Freddy's. Like not like anything massive and like a leading role yet, but keep a lookout for her. She's coming up. Like Squid Games. Yeah, that was good. The Blur. Yeah, the second Hunger Games was awesome. Like I said, I thought that was great. I liked the ending of it was so cool. And I like how the games got cut short and just like oh, it was so cool. So I agree with you. I love the second one. But the rest of them not for me. Tombstone I hear is great. I've been told multiple times from multiple people to watch Tombstone. Westerns for me, how do I put this? Westerns for me, I like westerns a lot, but they're not like the thing that I go to frequently. And I feel like it's kind of against my will, but not really. But I always end up liking them. So Tombstone's definitely something I gotta check out. Shrek 2, Shrek, Last Wish. I that's a completely fine take on that, Charlie. That's a good one. A Vincent Price fan? Um, I would say no. And the only reason I say Jesus Christ. This dude's got wow. Okay, so hold on. I didn't know who this was. Dude has got great movies. I've only seen Edward Scissorhands, but hear me out. House on Haunted Hill, the OG House on Haunted Hill, House of Wax, the OG House of Wax, House of Usher, The Mask of the Red Death. Like, I've not seen any of his stuff, but I already respect this man. So no, I haven't seen it, but damn, good shout out. Oh yeah, Charlie, thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. She was just cast as Daphne in the Netflix Scooby Doo show. I'm telling y'all, keep a lookout for her. Yeah, good shout out. I was like, there's something I'm missing, and there's a reason I'm bringing this up. So yeah, thank you. Did you hear? Okay, my favorite western is either Hateful Eight or Cowboy versus Aliens. Would you count Kill Bill as a western? I don't think I would, but there are so many influences, even just visually, how the movie looks from westerns. But I don't think I would classify that as a western. Hateful Eight, man, man. I saw Hateful Eight in theaters, and I know for a fact I went to a later showing. My head, I just wasn't in the zone to watch this. I think I fell asleep a few times, and it is a slow movie, right? But I remember leaving it being like, that was fine. I'm not gonna watch that again. And then my wife loves Quentin Tarantino. We went on a little, binge for a few of his movies. We threw on The Hateful Eight, and watching it again, yo, that is incredible. Like, fantastic movie. Like that, Django, and Glorious Bastards. I think those three, off the top of my head, are my favorite from Quentin. But I went from not liking that movie to absolutely loving it and a diehard defender of The Hateful Eight. Cowboys versus Aliens, different story. I didn't really care for that one. I wish I did. I remember the trailer. That looked awesome. Oh my god. YouTube goober. You're bringing the politics in here today. But it's okay because it's playful. It's fun. We're having fun now. All right, the assassination of Jesse James. That's another one that has Val Kilmer. No, Brad Pitt and Sam Rockwell. We were just talking about him. Okay, that's another one I've heard of. I've seen the cover many, many, many times, and I'm streaming. Okay, Tarantino marathon. You can't go wrong. I think the only one that I have not seen from him is Jackie Brown. Um, I'm pretty sure I've seen every other thing that he's done. I saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I didn't care for it, but I am gonna go back and rewatch it because once again, I think I was getting something different. I'm gonna give it another shot because his writing is top notch. Like the dialogue between characters is always fantastic. So I just need to go back and rewatch it, knowing what I know now, all that stuff. And did y'all see the trailer for the new one that's coming to Netflix? Let's see. It's like the adventures of Once Upon a Time. The Adventures of Cliff Booth. Yeah. I mean, come on. So I gotta get ready for that. So I'm gonna go back and rewatch that one. Speaking of great trailers, John Carter. Don't you speak ill about John Carter, y'all. I don't. Okay, I might be on an island here. I thought the movie was cool. I thought the concept was cool. I know it's based on a book, okay? I liked the movie. I don't understand the issue that people have with the movie, but I know I'm in the minority here with that. No question about it. Matt, Matt, are you into horror? If you are, I'm massively into horror. I watched I always forget her name. The Hello Sydney podcast. So she is a big influencer on TikTok and she has a podcast and she goes through all just a bunch of different movies and she like tells the whole story. It's really cool. And she did House of Wax, the original House of Wax, and she did the remake, which I'm a huge fan of the remake. And she was telling the story of the first one and how drastically different it is from the remake that I knew. Um, it's really cool. Like just I haven't watched it obviously, but just hearing the story and all that, man, I wish I saw that before the remake. I don't think it would take away from the remake because like I said, I'm a big fan, but I love that they're so drastically different. Good time for a dispensary. But I watched it recently and I remember. Okay, so Charlie, I was a like I said, I'm a big fan of it, but man, if I watched it now, maybe I won't think the same thing. Maybe I will be on my phone watching it. I had it at one point. Like I bought the Blu-ray. Do I have it still? I got a box. I'm sure I told you all this before. I got a box from my parents' house like I want to say like 2 months ago. This is procrastination at its finest, but it's in my garage and it was a box full of old movies that we have. And I think I went through it and I think John Carter was there. I'm gonna go take a look after this and see if it's there because I do want to rewatch that because I am curious. 10, whenever it came out, 10, 15 years ago, how do I feel about it now? Matt, you like the original? Okay, that's fair. I haven't even seen like a still from it. Like I haven't seen photos from it or anything. So yeah, I'm curious. If I get a chance to watch that, I think I'm gonna throw that thing on. Is because once again, I like the remake for the 50th time already. Um, but I do want to see that, and that's another thing why I love remakes, man. Like I would have known or cared about House of Wax, the original, if it wasn't for the remake. But it's getting people to go watch the classics, so that's why I'm all for remakes, good or bad, it doesn't matter. Jamie, thank you for stopping by, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope to see you next time. The OG Fantastic Four movies, they are problematic. They're not good, but there's something about them that's like campy a little bit and like very evident that they are the early 2000s that works for a lot of people, myself included. I'm not in any rush to go watch them again, but they work. They're fun. They're goofy. Like they have that really light-hearted tone to it. So I'm right there with you. Right there with you. Man, yeah. Charlie, I guess we have some homework with the House of Wax. But I actually think I'm going to take off pretty soon, y'all. You know, got some other stuff to do before work and all that. But let me see. American Splendor. 10 Things I Hate About You. Okay. Robert Redford's Falling Down. Okay, and 365. Man, y'all give me everything. Let's see. What's coming up? Oh, I don't know if any of y'all have voted on Movie Club yet, but it looks here, I'm gonna go look at it real quick. But I think Old Boy is winning. And I posted the poll just a few days ago. So I'm gonna let it run probably the rest of today. And then we will come up with what movie we'll watch for Movie Club. And then we're still gonna do a watch along. Very hyped for the next watch along. And I just want to make this once again, I just feel like we had such a good turnout with the watch along, and it was just more interactive and fun than the movie club. And we're kind of getting more out of the watch along than I got with movie club. So we'll probably transition them into the same thing and go forward. But as of right now, we'll still do movie club and the watch along separately. So right now, Old Boy is winning by 41%, and then The Strangers Pray at Night is at 35%. And if anyone is watching that's new, Movie Club is completely free. The first Monday of every month, we're going to do a live stream and talk about the movie that's chosen. So keep a lookout for that. Still, yeah, see, I got to get that reference, man. The 365. House of Wax. That would be a gnarly name. If someone named their place that, man, that'd be crazy. Let's see what else is coming out. Next week, before I see you all again, let's see. Tomorrow I have my Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 1 recap coming out. Let's see. And then Scream 7. Oh, I have my Scream franchise recap coming out next week as well. And a Scream 7 review when I go see that movie. So keep a lookout for all of that. And then we'll be back next Saturday as well to do another live stream. So thank you so much for everyone that stopped by, all the new people, all the returning people. Y'all are great. Yeah, so having said that, everyone have a great day. Have a great week. Go watch something fun. Y'all gave me some homework. I will do my absolute best to get to, but things are sometimes I got some other things to do, unfortunately. But yeah, I do want to check out 10 Things I Hate About You again, Falling Down, and 365, and there's just a lot. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm falling down right here. Don't you worry. I have it pulled up right here. YouTube Goober, you're good. You're good. Always show up. Your jokes are good, so don't worry. 10 things is peak. All right, Luke, everybody, Matt, see ya. Charlie, see ya. Everybody, see ya. And House of Wax. Yes, I will do House of Wax. I just got to find it streaming somewhere. So I got this. Later, guys.